Hi, I would like to talk to you about something that's on my mind. Just thinking about famous people that are on the autism spectrum. I mean, I've got a list of people online that are famous and they're either reported to be on spectrum or otherwise just or otherwise diagnosed like posthumously. I mean, in some cases, I I'm, it is from a website called Behavioral Innovations, and um, I'm going to go through this article about famous people who are on the spectrum. And starting list is Dan Aykroyd, who's actor and film writer. He's a comedic actor, famous for his acting role and writing of the movie Ghostbusters, released in 1984. His restricted interests have included ghosts and law enforcement. Second one on this list is Albert Einstein, who is a scientist and mathematician. There's no way to know for sure, but many people believe that Albert Einstein would qualify as having autism spectrum disorder today. Um, Third is Daryl Hannah, who is an actress and environmental activist. Daryl Hannah is known for her roles in films such as Splash, Blade Runner, and Steel Magnolias. She received an autism diagnosis as a child. She was extremely shy around other people and contributed to be and continued to be very fearful of the spotlight as an adult. One of her special interests was watching movies, which supported her career as an actress. Fourth one is Anthony Hopkins, who is an actor. He is an award-winning actor. He was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome as a child. Some of his traits of ASD include his obsessive thinking, difficulty maintaining friendships, and looking at people with a unique perspective. Um, Fifth one is Heather Kuzmich, reality TV contestant and model. She participated in America's Next Top Model in 2007. Some of her traits of ASD include not understanding jokes, difficulty understanding social dialogue about others, and challenges with eye contact. Now, the sixth on this list is Tim Burton, who is a movie director. It's still under speculation whether Tim Burton has autism. However, his longtime partner, Helena Bonham Carter, believes that he does. He has a unique perspective and gets intensely focused on his work, sometimes to the extent that he no longer hears what is going on around him. The seventh is Henry Cavendish, a scientist. He is a renowned scientist who was born in 1731 and passed away in 1810. He is most known for discovering hydrogen. Traits of ASD experienced by Cavendish included avoiding company and difficulty with eye contact. He would communicate with his servants when writing instead of verbally. He ordered his meals by leaving a note on the table. He had a private staircase built on the back of his house so that he could avoid the housekeeper as well. The eighth on this list is Charles Darwin, who's a naturalist, a geologist, and a biologist. He's believed to have autism spectrum disorder. He was a very quiet person who avoided social interactions. He also preferred to communicate by writing rather than verbally and was very focused on his work. The ninth on this list is Emily Dickinson, who is a poet. Many believe that Emily Dickinson is a classical poet who lived from 1830 to 1886, would qualify as having autism. She was reserved around people. She had a basic and consistent way of dressing and she was better at interacting with children than adults. The 10th is Bobby Fischer, who's a chess grandmaster. He's known as a chess grandmaster and world chess champion. He did not like unstructured experiences and did not interact well with others. The 11th is Bill Gates, the co-founder of the Microsoft Corporation. I mean, he's thought to have autism. He displays a rocky motion, a monotone speech pattern, and voice onto eye contact with others. The 12th on this list is Barbara McClintock, who is a scientist and cytogeneticist. Cytogeneticist. Um, McClintock was a Nobel scientist who made important breakthroughs in the study of chromosomes and how they change during the reproduction process. She is thought to be autistic. She was able to focus for great lengths on her interests, specifically her work, and she found social attention very aversive, so much that she almost refused the Nobel Prize. 13th is Michelangelo, who is a sculptor, painter, architect, and poet. Um, he w- Michelangelo, a famous artist, was born in 1475. He is thought to have had an extreme fixation on his work. He had difficulty with emotional regulation, had trouble with social interactions, and thrived on strict routines. The 14th is Sir Isaac Newton, who is a mathematician, astronomer, and physicist. Newton is another example of a historical figure who attempted to isolate himself from others as much as possible. He did not enjoy social interactions and was thought to be awkward in conversation with others. Um, the 15th is Jerry Seinfeld, comedian. He was thought to be the most popular comedians of all time. He openly recognized himself as having autism spectrum disorder due to his history of social challenges and his unique way of thinking literally. And 16th is Satoshi Tajiri, who is the creator of Pokemon. Tajiri was fascinated with bugs as a child and expanded upon his interest in adulthood by creating Pokemon. The 17th is Nikola Tesla, who is an inventor. It is believed that Tesla had many phobias and that he was very sensitive to light and sound. He also preferred to be alone and is thought to have been obsessed with the number 3. The 18th is Elon Musk, who is an entrepreneur. Elon Musk announced that he was on the autism spectrum while hosting the show Saturday Night Live in May 2021. More specifically, he stated he was the first person with Asperger's to host the show. Musk is one of the world's richest people with a net worth of more than $150 billion. 19th is Clay Marzo, who is a professional surfer. Marzo is a professional competitive surfer from Hawaii. He was diagnosed with autism as a child. He won many surfing competitions and had many accomplishments, including 2 perfect 10s during a National Scholastic Surfing Association at age 15. And the 20th is Dr. Vernon Smith, who is a professor. Smith is a professor of economics at Chapman University. He's thought to have basically invented the field of experimental economics, which led to his winning a Nobel Prize. He feels that his ASD has helped him because he doesn't feel social pressure to do things the way other people do them, so he's able to approach his work in a different way by being more open-minded and coming up with new ideas. And more famous people with autism also includes Leonardo da Vinci, who is an artist, Vincent van Gogh, who is an artist, Steven Spielberg, who is a director, Alfred Hitchcock, who is a director, Thomas Edison, who is an inventor, Alexander Graham Bell, who is an inventor, Benjamin Franklin, who is an inventor, Henry Ford, who is an inventor, Ludwig van Beethoven, who is a musician, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, who is a musician, Bob Dylan, who is a musician, James Taylor, who is a singer, songwriter, and guitarist, John Denver, who is singer, songwriter, and record producer, Charles Darwin, who's a naturalist and geologist, Carl Jung, who is a psychiatrist and psychotherapist, Lionel Messi, who is a football player, Samuel Clemens, also known as Mark Twain, who is a writer, George Orwell, who is a writer, Jane Austen, who is a writer, and Charles M. Schulz, who is a cartoonist. And that pretty much wraps up the whole list of famous people who are on the autism spectrum. I hope you found that interesting. So have a good day, and may God bless you.